Organisation, the Fair Trade Independent Tobacco Association, saying this afternoon that government's tobacco sales ban appeal is regrettable. Government is appealing a High Court ruling which found the ban unnecessary. I'm joined now by Fita Chairperson Sinen Mnguni. Good afternoon to you and welcome. All of this, of course, as we know, is happening after the effect. Are you worried that this appeal is perhaps a precursor to another ban?
Good afternoon, Jeremy. Thanks again for having me on your show. Yes, of course, and shortly before coming on air, we just learned as well that the National Coronavirus Command Council is meeting tomorrow morning. So all these fitting into this puzzle currently have placed us in a position of discomfort, and we are a bit concerned because it obviously leaves fertile ground now for government to potentially implement another cigarette ban.
As far as your members are concerned, what would another ban mean?
Look, another ban would be a nail in the coffin of the legitimate tobacco industry in South Africa. As things currently stand, we are battling as the market currently is flooded with illicit cigarettes from our neighboring countries, particularly Zimbabwe. And we have had no assistance from law enforcement agencies. We know, of course, that Minister Aaron Motsoaledi stated previously that our borders are porous and this is common cause. So all that this is going to do is just, in essence, further entrench the illicit cigarette traders in the market.
When you talk about flooding into the market, are you able to quantify that a little further in terms of the market share, perhaps, that the illicit cigarettes now own?
Look, we know that Judge Nugent, during his commission into the affairs of the South African Revenue Services, stated that the illicit trade in cigarettes was somewhere in the region of up to 30% of the market. And post the lifting of the cigarette ban, we could see it as high as 50% of the market being cigarettes that are smuggled from our neighboring countries, even further afield as Asia and Europe now. So this is quite concerning, and we've tried to engage government on this issue. We've been told that they are working on a strategy, but a strategy to contain the rapid rise of the illicit trade in cigarettes looks like it's going to take some time to be implemented.
So is it gloves off now between the tobacco manufacturers and government? Is there no room for manoeuvre or discussion here?
Look, as stated in our press release, we've always been open for discussion, and of course there was previously a settlement agreement between Fita and government which stated that prior to any cigarette ban being implemented in future by government, there would have to be some sort of consultative process. So we, of course, leave that door open for government, but experience has taught us that government doesn't seem to be too keen to engage with the industry. So we will have to exercise whatever rights we have in order to ensure that our industry is protected.
When are you expecting some decision from the High Court then?
Look, in as far as that matter is concerned, I'm not too certain. I mean, it's still early days, and my understanding, having read the papers, is that government hasn't even approached the High Court on an urgent basis. So, of course, that could be some months away, and of course, that plays into the hands of government in as far as this matter is concerned, because that will delay the implementation of the ruling of the Western Cape High Court.
Thank you very much for joining us. Sinen Mnguni is with the Fair Trade Independent Tobacco Association.